This is Vince Russo's The Brand.
Hello, welcome brand members. Broken Stinger here, episode 6 of my show. Decided to open up the show this week. I think I'm going to sing the second half of Margaritaville in Wade Keller's voice. No, I'm kidding. I don't hate you guys that much. Ooh, the nerve of that guy. A couple things to talk about this week. First off, a little irritated. I broke my fidget spinner. I don't know if these things work. Getting back to my last episode, like I said, I had court and $100 fine, 33 in court fees. No biggie. A lot of DUIs before and after me. I was just in a park after hours with my bat dressed up like this. No, can you imagine? I don't know if that would add on to the charges, but I had this in court because I was literally dozing off because I work overnight. And I was worried, like, if I talked to the prosecutor and the judge, I'd be like, and I could barely get a word out. I thought I could plead my case to get my friend off the hook, but they just got us in and out. Because, like I said, they had more serious matters, I guess, so they just wanted to get us the hell out. So, yeah, I had this now without the cap on. You see, it's broke, like I said. Can't spin it. I don't know if anybody can recommend some type of glue. I think super glue might damage the inside. I don't know. I'm not an expert. But, man. Miss Chantel, if you're listening, good stuff. I don't know. I never met Stevie Ray, but I think he just, it's a shame you guys are fighting. I have a lot of respect for all the wrestlers. So, if we could all just get along, sing Kumbaya, maybe like Austin did with the guitar to Vince, and hit each other over the head with it afterwards. No, don't do that. Don't do that. But yeah, I don't know the whole issue. She said I should ask Stevie Ray if he wants to review some episodes of Nitro. And I don't know. I'm up for it. There's a lot of material on the network. I don't know if I'll ever get to cover. I don't know if I'm going to do the review with Retro Shred this week, like I said. I'm trying to get a hold of him, see if we're going to do it. But the only thing for sure about my show is nothing for sure, like I said. So, yeah, enough of that. Good stuff listening to the brand the last few days. What did Vince Russo say? Let's see. I'm excited. He's got the new show coming up where you can call in or phone in on Google Hangout. You can bet your bottom dollar I will be calling in probably like this. Because I noticed my ratings, I get more thumbs up when I'm like this as opposed to when I'm just wearing the shades. And it's part of the gimmick. You know, Sting used to do that back in the day when he wasn't wearing his face paint, he'd wear his shades. Also, it saves me a lot of time and money with not painting my face every single show. But it's fun getting painted up like this. You notice I did a different design. I didn't do like a curl above the eye. I did a curl with this line here going, oh, it's hard to see on my camera, going into the eye a different way. He kind of does this nowadays, this look. It's easier. The look I was doing was more of a WCW 99-2000 look. But it takes a little longer. I was actually planning on going to a wrestling show today, and I decided not to go. Raven was going to be there, and I met Raven. Here's a little picture of me and him. This is about March of 2016. Cool guy. I feel bad. I kind of went by his booth, and I wasn't a huge fan. But really, he got older. They're all getting older. So he's part of the thing today. Vader was supposed to be there. He canceled. I was excited to meet Vader for the first time, but I guess since he's not there, little disappointment. So I didn't go. I was worried, not worried, but I figured maybe it's just because of his health, but I read it was contractual issues, so don't know what that's all about. I tell you, this Wade Keller guy, it just pisses me off that he has a show with Steve Austin. If you haven't noticed. And he's just, listening to him talk, it just gets on your nerves. He's almost like a college professor, and like an arrogant college professor. I don't know. He talks like this. This is the way pro wrestling should be. John Cena doesn't have my approval, and I'm Wade Keller, and Booker T needs notes, or he needs somebody to stick fingers. I wish Finn Balor would stick his finger up my booty, maybe in my mouth. I'm not going to go there. I can't stand the guy. If I figured out how this technology worked with getting different audio clips, I'd be glad to send in some stuff. But even though it's torture listening to a show, Andrew Zong's doing a pretty good job. Maybe I could be the vice president if Francesco's already the president of the I Hate Dave Meltzer Club. I could be vice president if Andrew Zong's going to be president of the I Hate Wade Keller Club. The guy, he has people calling in from these house shows. Like, what are we going to talk about? Oh, it was great. There was like a few people not in this row. I got some popcorn on my shoe. It was awesome. Who in the hell would have somebody call in from a house show? Somebody that has too much time on their hands. I don't get it, to be quite honest.
Alternate TV.
You know, if Wade Keller wants to have people calling in from Raw, I thought I'd start doing that. So, without further ado, I've got Mr. Boomhauer on the line. Mr. Boomhauer, how are you? Hey, how you doing, man? Nick, you there, man? Woohoo! Yeah, I'm here, Mr. Boomhauer. So, how was the show tonight? Did anything cool happen? Was it awesome? Man, I tell you what, man, talking about dang awesome, man. The Nakamura, man, the boom, the woo-woo. Talk about, man, popcorn, little dang old soda. Talk about dang old Finn Balor come out, man. Talk about the leather jacket. Hey, ho, dang old explosion everywhere, man. Talk about dang old pyro, man. Oh, really? Well, so what you're saying is it was awesome, Mr. Boomhauer? Nah, I'll tell you what, man, dang old explosion everywhere, man. Dang awesome about smoke, man. Alright. Who are you a big fan of, Mr. Boomhauer? Now, talk about that dang old Bray Wyatt, man. Talk about do. I like him too. What was the crowd reaction to Finn Balor's entrance? I tell you what, man, like I said, man, talking about dang leather jacket, man, talking about, hey, ho, explosion everywhere, man, talking about, woohoo. Okay. I can dig that. Mr. Boomhauer. Try to think what else to ask you. Oh, what's that, Mr. Boomhauer? No, I'm talking about, hold on, man, talking about, this is awesome. How shut up, man, talking about, dang, I'm trying to drink my dang old beer, man. It sounds like you're getting preoccupied, Mr. Boomhauer. Alright, I'm gonna let you go, okay? No, Nick, talk about dang old, continue on the show, man. You gonna tune into my show? Yeah, man, talking about dang old, woohoo! Okay. I'll talk to you later, okay, Mr. Boomhauer? Get a box of Bootios for me. Whew. He's a little high-strung. Gotta tell you. Little high-strung. Yeah, I don't know. People calling in from Raw. Oh my god. And what's with this new Bullet Club invasion? I gotta tell you. I don't know what Bullet Club is. I kinda do, but I wouldn't know. Just like I didn't know who Nakamura was until he came to WWE. He comes in, I'm watching this guy. And I hardly watch him, but I think his entrance to the ring is something like this. Like he's fucking... I don't know, like he's drunk and trying to do some kind of yoga that a velociraptor does. I don't know. I don't dig it. I don't dig him or Finn Balor. I can't believe wrestling has come to this. I listened to a lot of shoot interviews, and I was listening recently on YouTube, Eric Bischoff talking with Stone Cold, and he was speaking about around 98 when the mergers were happening between WCW and Time Warner Cable, I believe, was finalizing, and then AOL later, he was picking fights with executives, assuming Ted Turner had his back. And when Ted Turner had his back, he felt the most comfortable, and that's when he felt the most in control. And I'm thinking, this sounds familiar. And sure enough, if I remember correctly, memory serves me correctly, Vince was talking about how at the WWF, Vince McMahon had his back if anybody tried to screw with him, so he could focus 1,000% on the show. And then when he went to WCW, he didn't have that. He had a bullseye on his back, as he said, and he didn't have that protection. So again, Eric Bischoff had Ted Turner had Eric Bischoff's back. Vince McMahon had Vince Russo's back. 2 billionaires backing up 2 guys who just got into the wrestling business because they needed to support their family. And then once they didn't have that protection, it all went downhill from them. So a lot of parallels between Bischoff and Russo. I kind of side with Vince, obviously. I think Eric's been a little bit of a liar over the years. I respect, everything he did for WCW. I'm just disappointed with him and Cornette, the way they go about bashing Russo, without him being there to defend himself. But just interesting parallels, I thought, with 2 billionaires having their backs and the way they got into the business. Kind of interesting. It was really interesting to watch them work together. Those WCW 2000 episodes. Good shit. Of course, the stuff today is good shit too. We got Finney, and we got Nakamura, and we got Empty Seats, and we've got Tattoo Neck on commentary, and we got Magoo and Keller. It's a nightmare, man. It's a nightmare. As far as Raw is going right now, I don't know. I don't know if I agree with Neville as far as Vince Russo goes. I think I'll agree. I guess I haven't heard him on the mic too much. Finn Balor, he's alright. I mean, I guess the guy's living his dream, but I don't see it. I guess, obviously I said I get lower likes when the paint's off on this show. So, you compare me and him without the paint, it's pretty much the same thing. The show can be so much better. There was a tweet this week by Goldust, and he mentioned, if we can get it up here, I don't know, just please try and enjoy the show, basically is what he's trying to say. We try our best, and just for the hell of it, just enjoy the show. Something along those lines. And my response to that was, that would be like a restaurant. You go to the restaurant, and the food isn't good, and the waiter comes to your table, and you tell him that it just sucked, you didn't like it, and the owner comes up and they all say, "Oh, just enjoy it. Shut up." I guess that would be the comparison. I don't know. So, do you see what I'm saying? I don't get the mentality of these guys now. I guess it's a shame because I think the talent is getting, too much is getting put on the talent. And like we all say, it's the writing. It's the writers. I think people need to explain that to them, It's the people behind the scenes. People behind the scenes of this show. Yours truly. Oh, God. Yeah, I still can't get over this.
Hello, everybody, on a monumental show. The last Castrating the Marks, coming to you on Podcast 1, and you are in for a treat tonight. I promise you that, bro. Because we have the resident president of the Dave Meltzer. That's not a fan club. Definitely not a fan club. Definitely the hate club. Francesco Costanza. And we got some great freaking Meltzer clips that you and I... Jeff, don't laugh at me for butchering his name. Alright, bro. Don't be a wuss, hon. Epic episode of Castrating the Marks. The last one on Podcast 1. Starting next week, guys, we will be exclusive. Oh, right before I came on the air, I kept reading these headlines all day long about the Bullet Club invading the WWE. Have you seen this?
Yes, I was going to bring that up on our show with Glenn.
Well, WWE was going to put him on TV. WWE was going to give him jobs. WWE was going to give him contracts. What was their line of thinking? Yeah, like are ripping off what the WWE did 15 years ago. The only problem is those guys were legit. These guys are freaking indie marks, bro. That's
The first audio clip for this show was sent in to us by Anders Ong, and of course, you know who Anders sends in. This is Wade Keller, and he's talking about Mickie James's promo this week on Raw in her in-ring with Alexa Bliss.
If you're Mickie and you're supposed to be more mature and bigger, why does it come down to my breasts are bigger than yours as some sort of gotcha moment? It didn't work for me as something where I'm like, oh yeah, Mickie, way to tell her. Like, that I think saying I'm a 6-time women's champion,
Yes.
talking about her resume and saying I broke down barriers for women before is fine. But yeah, then again, it feels like then the male writers want to bring it back to the breasts, and that's going to be the punchline.
Well, Jeff, let me set the record straight, okay? Because I actually talk to people in the business, okay? And I can't reveal all of this, but I
more production meetings with them and say, all right, Booker, here's cue cards. In this match, here's 2 or 3 points to make. Michael Cole's going to point at you, hold up a finger, make point number 1. Booker then, and I'm not for scripting, but I think with Booker he needs some more bullet point guidance. And then Cole can hold up finger number 1. Booker looks at the note card and he says a point that's on the note card that makes sense.
Can you imagine Booker listening to that, bro? But again, Jeff, because Wade Keller is not in the wrestling business.
Can't say it.
Okay, Wade Keller doesn't understand how it works. Okay, Jeff, how it works is all 3 of the announcers are on headsets, bro. And guess who's in their ear, Jeff?
Vince.
Vince McMahon is producing them the entire freaking show. That's the way it's done, Wade. So I don't know what you're talking about. Vince is freaking producing all 3 of them. So if you have a problem with anybody, it should be the way Vince is producing Booker.
Yeah, I can see that right now. Oh. Watch the spot there, pal. Damn it! Roman's coming out. Put him over or you're fired. I don't know. John Cena doesn't. I hate Wade Keller. Okay. What's stinging me this week? Probably a couple things. There's always something bothering me. I'm a glass half empty type guy, to be honest with you. Actually, there's no glass. There's no glass. I got my balloon still. Ooh, of course, the red balloon. Trying to attack me. In reference to it, I still haven't seen it yet, and I've heard it's good, so I'm gonna maybe try to see it. I don't know if I want to spend the money because I'm still looking for another job, but yeah, I haven't seen it yet. And another thing that's been irritating me, well, lately, still no luck on the girlfriend search. One thing that happened over the summer before, in March, my girlfriend moved to Florida, and she decided to stop talking to me. She found somebody else, and I was going to do stuff with her over the summer. I like hiking, I like going to the beaches, not like this, all the time. Anyway, yeah, so she left, and it's been a little harder for me since she's been gone. Nobody to bounce my thoughts off of, and no luck on OkCupid. On OkCupid, I met one girl that had a boyfriend, didn't tell me about it. One girl that had a girlfriend, didn't tell me about it. One girl that went to the loony bin, and one girl that shaved her head. So, I don't know. If you want to try something else, Plenty of Fish, I have no luck. I heard Jeff Lane was talking about some Bumblebee app. I looked it up. I wasn't too impressed with it. But then again, maybe I gotta try something else, because like I said, OkCupid, it's about as much luck as Raw getting a rating above 3.5. Nah, I can think of something clever. I know. But, yeah, I don't know. I've been trying, well, not trying too much, but it's been stinging me. She got mad at me because I broke up with her, sort of, last year, and I kind of hurt her, so it's a little my fault. It's a long story. There was another girl in the picture, and I was trying to decide between the two of them, and now neither of them talk to me. And the other one was a bitch over text. They're both bitches over text to me. This nice person in person, but then, big tough girls over words on my phone. So, go figure. She's going to get a rude awakening one day. The other thing stinging me is my sleep schedule, because I work overnight, and this is another day in a row I'll sleep all day. I'll try to, get up. If I sleep at 3, go to sleep at 3 in the morning, I could feasibly get up and not kill all of my day. But I find it happening a lot. And I would like to get a normal sleep schedule again, because you're up at night, and you get lonely. And you paint your face. And you make videos. And you start singing, listening away in Margaritaville, and stuff like that. But, yeah, I would like a normal sleep schedule again, that's for sure. And the other thing stinging me, I don't know Mr. Stransky's take on this, the whole kneeling before the flag. Who cares? How does it affect your life? Some guy I don't even know is going to kneel. The way I see it, don't put him on camera. Don't give him attention. But they do that, and then the news media, the articles, they have a field day with it. They're like, oh, yeah, they're getting pissed off. Let's write some fake news along with the fake wrestling news. And people are making a big deal out of it. If we go to World War III, do you know how much this story will matter? Seriously, people. I'm sick of seeing it on feeds. My opinion. There's just so much hate in this country, like Vince said. And of course, fidget spinner broke. That's also stinging me. Another thing stinging me, well, it's been stinging me for a while, my feet. Yeah, I'm wearing, you can see it, these stupid things. They're Crocs. Wide toe box. I've got a mild bunion on my foot. I don't know if I should share that, but yeah, it's annoying. It's stinging me because it's mild, but now I gotta be careful with the shoes I'm wearing. I wore Vans for a while, and what else did I wear? Sneakers. At my job, I do a lot of back and forth, and what happens with your feet is some people, especially if the shoe isn't proper, they pronate a little, and that's how a bunion forms. So I've been wearing these stupid Crocs most of the time for about maybe 9 months now, and I think playing hockey had a little to do with it. The skate kind of crunched my feet a little bit. So in addition to that, I went to the store, or the foot doctor, and she told me it's not too bad, that I can go and buy sneakers at a special shoe store. I got these stupid things. They're not bad, but toe box isn't wide enough to me. Color's ugly. It's not black. And it's just a nightmare finding shoes now. Wearing these at night, bunion splint. So I don't know what I'm going to do about that. More to be continued with that. That's just one of the ailments I'm dealing with body-wise. Another thing stinging me, probably, I was going to go to a show tonight, actually. That's not the only reason I got painted up, just for this show. Pro Wrestling Syndicate. I actually thought they were gone. I went to a show maybe last summer, and it was a good show, but Raven was going to be there. This was me and Raven at another event March of 2016. So it would have been cool to catch up with him. When I met him, I was I didn't talk to him as long as I would have liked to. So I'm a little bummed. I decided not to go today when I found out it was like a half-hour drive, and I just didn't feel like driving today. So maybe next time. But I hear he has a podcast called The Raven Effect. So I'm going to check that out. I guess that's it for this week's show, guys. I know I said I was going to do a review this week with Retro Shred. He got a little preoccupied, so I'm going to try next episode. We're going to do a review of WCW Road Wild 99 and maybe Fall Brawl 99 at the same time. I might do that with somebody else. I haven't decided yet. But, yep. Next week, hopefully, WCW pay-per-view review with Retro Shred. And until then, the only thing for sure about me and my show is nothing's for sure. Woo! Oh. Follow me on Twitter at Broken Stinger or hashtag Broken Stinger Kolakowski316. Follow Vince Russo on the brand and his YouTube channel. And yeah, just keep in touch. Check us out, guys. Have a good night. Woo!
This is Vince Russo's The Brand.